Well, people are very right to be worried about two-tier policing and judiciary. I believe in the right for everyone to protest, but there's judgment, particularly in command and control. I find it highly ironic that this particular chief is talking about free speech, seeing as they've got one of the highest rates of arrests for the Online Safety Act, 1,530 people in the last 18 months, as well as one of the lowest success rates on crime. He's talking now, he's under pressure about free speech and the rights of people to protest. We've seen that some women have been arrested for protesting silently for prayer outside places. The police have got an ability to coordinate so it doesn't create a huge situation. And the public is furious that it seems like some people are treated differently to others. He's also made the point that he's a champion for LGBTQ+ and trans rights, but then he says, I'm not political because we're the police. Well, which one is it? And the public's fed up with being treated that some people's views around things like hotels and migrants and borders and integration are treated in one way, and other people who come in masks or break statues or attack people are treated in another way. It's just not acceptable.
Sebastian, your thoughts?
Very concerned about some of the characters who are turning up to this protest. We're seeing reports in some of the papers that there are members of far-right groups, of neo-Nazi groups. We're also seeing violence break out as well. Completely legitimate to protest.
Yeah, but hold on. Aren't you then concerned about people coming up from Antifa as well, then?
Well, I haven't seen that substantiated anywhere. If that's true, then yes. But
so have you seen the far-right people turning up, then?
I've seen those reported in the papers. I haven't seen the Antifa report in the papers. That's a claim that Nigel Farage has made, and I haven't seen it anywhere else. Very happy to be corrected, but it wasn't something I saw. The issue is, if you're coming to protest legitimately, which you can do, sexual assault is a terrible thing, you're right to be able to protest against it, be careful about who you share a platform with, because there seem to be some very unsavory
characters. Well, who are the people
there
turning up with balaclavas that are being chaperoned by the police, and why did the police tell us that they didn't do it firstly? No wonder the public's got no trust. But they are not people that you're saying from the far right. Surely they're coming to be counter-protesters, countering what the locals are doing with their concerns. They think they're racist. They've got a democratic right to do so. But that's not the far right. Surely, that's obviously Antifa and the people who are uniting against racism.
Look at him. Who is that guy on the screen that's got the blue, I don't know what it is, a scarf or whatever you want to call it, I don't care what it is. He's covering his face up. Why are you walking down that street in the middle of that day, escorted by police officers? You are up to, I would suggest, potential no good. Otherwise, why are you concealing your face? Don't you feel concerned about that when you see that, Sebastian?
Potential no good, maybe. We don't know what he's done yet, but what we do know is that a neo-Nazi group is handing out leaflets at this protest, which is incredibly
What neo-Nazi group?
It's called White Vanguard.
Right.
And it's been handing out leaflets. It's been reported in the press, saying, frankly, quite racist things.
I've got to just say, this just epitomises the debate and discussion. You've got locals who are legitimately concerned with issues and their children, and then you have a situation where the police tell us they haven't chaperoned people in. I think they should escort people in a democratic society, but not bring them right up to the actual protest. Then we're told, you're saying that the mainstream press is saying they want to talk about far right. Everyone, Sebastian, is far right now, according to the press. If you've got a concern about hotels and migrants, but they themselves say, Unite Against Racism, the woman in the yellow shirt, they are representatives of an organisation. When you say you don't know who they are, you must be either not been looking at it or being disingenuous. They are from what they call, I don't really call it left and right anymore, from a left organisation that says they're against racism.
The problem is, if you're there to protest against sexual assault and you're sharing a platform with somebody who's handing out racist leaflets...
What do you mean, sharing a platform?
If you are there
what are you talking
them.
about? So if I'm a mother... And let me tell you this, by the way, there's one of these hotels in Hull where I'm from. Some fella there, he's just been sent to prison. Why? For sexually assaulting a mother in the middle of the night. So if I'm there as a woman and I stand on my street corner saying, do you know what, I want my children to be safe, I want to be safe as a woman, and then you're telling me that some potential wrong-uns that I know nothing about rock up, and then they start spreading their message, their truth, their concern. You're now saying that me sharing a platform, i.e. standing on a street corner, I'm in trouble. What are you talking about?
Well, there are also people who, and we don't know who they are, but they are attacking the police. There have been arrests made. Do you really want to be in that environment? Do you really feel safe in that environment?
Do you know what? I don't want to be in an environment, actually, where normal mothers who have a concern about the safety of their children are somehow getting tarred with this brush of being far right and all the rest of it. These
That's
reports
exactly
that
my
you're
point. These
suggesting...
are separate people, and we have to make that clear.
Yes, but you seem to be convinced of the fact that these are somehow neo-Nazi, far-right lunatics. I mean, I don't know what your evidence for that is, by the way.
I've read it in the papers.
Oh, well, then it must be true then, eh? Because
It's
I
been
remember...
reported by serious journalists.
Well,
so
I
it's
remember it
fair
being...
to run with that.
Well, I remember it being reported at the Southport attacks that it was far-right organised crime, and actually everyone with a brain cell could see that that was not true whatsoever. It was just concerned people. And actually, when the inquiry took place, it then became apparent that there was no organised far-right groups. There was no people being bussed in en masse from this organised far-right groups of people. It was nonsense.
But what you have got is local people, and you've got local and primarily working-class people that are fed up, and I think have very bravely taken a position, and it was very peaceful during the day, until the situation where the counter-protesters come. Now, I want to state again, because some people don't like this, I'm for free speech, I'm a free speech absolutist, and I'm for free democratic protest. I think there are significant errors in judgment, and I think we've got a problem with two-tier policing. But for you to not recognise that the groups who are already saying they're turning up there are from, like, so-called anti-racist groups, and they're calling these protesters, families who are concerned about sexual assaults and what's happening in their community, they're calling them racist, and the press are repeating some of these things, the far right. They've done that. I'll give you an example about legitimate journalists. They've done that around ULEZ protesters, around people complaining about low-traffic neighbourhoods. They call them far right. The BBC has done it and had to retract it. This has become something that the British public is being smeared with. They've had enough of it.
I feel like we're getting a bit off-piste here, but the issue is there are people who are coming from outside to take part in this protest, and I do not think they have the best intentions at heart.
I know, but then what I find quite interesting is that you automatically regard them as far right. I've just shown you there...
Well, I'm just saying, repeating what I've read in the papers.
I know, but I bet you've read it from the likes of Hope Not Hate, the same people,
No, I've read it
by
from
the way.
Times and from the Guardian.
The same people, by the way,
broadsheets.
that during the height of tensions previously were putting out tweets suggesting that white people were acid-attacking Muslim women, a fact that was absolute nonsense, which, by the way, there was no police action ever taken against those kind of tweets. Anyway, we digress. We will return to this conversation after the break.